As an e-commerce store, you always want to make sure that your emails are landing in primary tab, not in promotional tab, and also not in spam folder. So what's the difference between each of these email inbox tabs? So based on statistics, only 5 to 10% of people who receive your emails inside their trash folder or spam folder are going to see your emails ever and maybe opening them. And even if they open your emails inside spam folder, let's go to the spam folder here. If you send image-based emails, they're not going to see the images at all. And here's another example. You can see that the images are not going to get loaded inside the spam folder. And let's see what's the difference between promotional tab and primary tab. If you land in promotional tab, which most of the e-commerce stores do, the ones that are not landing in spam folder, you have 40 to 60% chance to be seen by your prospects and recipients, and maybe they're multiple times a week go to their promotional tab and see your emails there. So it's better than landing in spam folder, but the main goal is to land in primary tab as much as possible, because 90 to 95% of your prospects are going to check your inbox every single day, and there's very high chance that your emails are going to be seen. And if you're not landing in correct tab inside the inbox, where it's Outlook or Gmail, it doesn't matter how much time you spend to create your emails and how much value you're giving your prospects. If they don't see your email, if they don't get notified about your emails, they're not going to open your emails. So all of the time is wasted. So you want to make sure that you follow all of these strategies and tips that I tell you in the next few minutes and apply it in your email marketing strategy to make sure you're landing in primary tab, not in other tabs inside your prospects inboxes. I'm about to tell you the same exact strategy that I use for my email marketing clients to get more than 70% open rates on their emails. And just to get an idea, what is the average open rates for e-com stores? It's between 30 to 37 open rates. And this strategy is going to give you almost double the average industry. So we have 4 different things that we should consider before changing our deliverability strategy for emails. First of all is technical setup. So every inbox provider like Google is going to take a look at your DKIM, DKIM, and other technical setups that you have in your email provider system. And if you don't have them, it's gonna mark you as spam. The another one is sender reputation. So this is actually how long you've been sending emails, how often are you sending emails, what is your average open rates, are people really want your emails? For example, if you've been sending emails for like 5 years and the age of your domain is 4 to 5 years, it has much more score compared to another domain that is only 2 months old. The another key factor is user engagement signals. So if you're sending emails and your recipients are constantly marking you as spam, this one, or maybe you have very high unsubscribe rates, or you get very low open rates and they barely click on your emails. These are some user signals that tells the inbox provider like Google that your emails are not wanted. On the other hand, if you're getting a lot of clicks, if you get a lot of replies on your emails, if you have like 70 to 80% open rates, these are very good signals that tell Google or Outlook that your emails are wanted, and it will give you a very high score in this consideration. The other one is segmentation. If you're constantly sending your emails to all of the people inside your list, let me show you this. Let's say you have 10,000 people inside your email list, and whenever you want to send any email campaign, you just blast it out to this 10,000 people, which is 100% of your email list. This causes you getting very low open rates and click-through rates, and this is actually a bad signal for inbox provider that your emails are not wanted. On the other hand, if you're sending emails only to the active segment of your email list, for example, people who open your emails in the last 30 days, or even people who open your emails multiple times during a period of time, it's a very good signal, it's a very positive signal for the inbox provider that your emails are wanted, and it will give you a very high score. Now let's start with step-by-step practical ways to improve your email deliverability and start landing in primary tab, not in promotional tab. So the first step obviously will be the technical setup, and you want to make sure you have this technical setup on your email marketing account. So if it's Klaviyo, you can just click on the bottom left corner on your brand name and go to setting, and then under account go to domain and make sure you have your branded sending domain activated. If not, you can just click on this connected domain and it will be a straightforward process. It will do all of the technical setup by itself. You just have to connect to your domain provider platform, and this will will actually allow the inbox providers to authenticate your emails and make sure that you have all of these technical setup in place. So the next step is actually starting small. If you're new to email marketing, or even if you already doing email marketing, but you're sending design-based emails every single time, you always want to make sure that regularly you send out these text-based emails to your prospects to sound human and actually creating some personalization, for example, using the prospect's name and maybe using the name of product they have in their cart and mentioning some other actions they've done on your website. This actually allow the inbox providers to know that your emails look very human and you're not just blasting thousands of emails every single time. The next step is whenever you want to send email campaigns to your list, as I said, you want to make sure that you only send to active segments. Not always, but most of the times you just have to create a segment out of active people in your list. Let me go to my Klaviyo account. So in Klaviyo, under audience, click on list and segments and create a new segment. And here you can actually create this type of segment, anyone who can receive email marketing, and then what someone has done or not. And you're going to choose anyone who opened email during a specific time. For example, here we say last 90 days. Anyone who opens emails in the last 90 days can receive this email and they will be included in this active segment. And once you get up to like 60 to 70% open rates on this segment, you can create a broader segment. So for example, here you can say last 180 days. So anyone who opens an emails in the last 180 days, they can receive your emails. So you always want to make sure that you get more than 50 to 60% open rates on your emails before creating a broader segment. The next step is that you want to make sure that you're sending emails in the right time of the day. So there's not a really general rule for this. It really depends on your type of audience. They might be people who stay a very late night, or maybe they're waking up early in the morning. But usually 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. works the best in most of the e-com stores. And the second best time to do that is, in this chart it says 12 to 3 p.m. But based on my experience, sending out emails at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the second option. But as I said, you always want to make sure that you're A/B testing your send time and see what works the best for your type of audience. The next thing is actually about the subject lines. So if you're always creating these type of subject lines and you just offer discounts every single time, definitely it will have negative impact on your reputation for inbox providers. So what you should do instead is actually sending some value-based emails and creating personalized subject lines like this. You can just use this variable and use your prospects' names inside the subject line, which makes it personal, and you're not only getting more open rates, also it's positive feedback to the inbox providers that your emails are personal and look human. The next very important step that I barely hear anyone talk about is user signals. I already told you about the promotional tab and primary tab. For some of your recipients, your emails might land in promotional tab, or for some other parts are going to land in primary tab. How does this work? Depending on the action of that specific user who receives your emails, they might receive your emails in one of these three tabs: primary, promotional, and spam folder. So there are very practical ways that you can do to make sure user engagements have positive impact over your emails. You can sometimes create some kind of campaigns and ask your prospects that if you're receiving our emails inside your promotional tab, we are going to create some big offers and discounts. So you want to make sure that mark our emails or move it to the primary tab. This is, for example, an example email we created for one of our email marketing clients. We told them that Black Friday is coming and make sure to move our emails from promotional tab to primary tab. This is how you do it. You create a single text-based emails and you include them every step required to do that. Here we created 2 steps. If they click on this 3 dots, they can actually move our emails to primary tab. This is a very big signal, big positive signal that tells inbox provider that our emails are important for our recipients and it should always land in primary tab, not in promotional tab. Also, if your emails are landing in spam folder, there's the same thing that they can do to mark it as not spam. The next step is if you're sending email campaign to your not engaged customers, when we are creating segments, this part of the email list who didn't open an email for a period of time, these are very less likely to open our emails. So if you're ever trying to create a re-engage campaigns to re-engage these inactive customers, you want to make sure that you don't send design-based emails like this. For these type of campaigns, you always want to make sure that you're sending only text-based emails, which looks like this, because by creating that personal touch, they are much more likely to open your emails. All right, thanks for watching this video. If you want to get access to this huge editable Figma email design file, you can click on the link down in the description and receive the link to access to this email design file. Also, if you need help with email marketing, go to my website bigbankflow.com and scroll all the way down and submit a free email marketing audit request. See you on the next video.